You might have noticed that one of our podcasts got a community strike last week. In YouTube's defense, it did reinstate our live streaming privileges a day after I submitted an appeal. The best I can piece together from the available evidence is this. A YouTube hero flagged our video for some unspecified reason. The video flagged was titled, "It's Okay to Punch a Commie," a take on the numerous videos positing if it's okay to punch or bash Nazis. And I'd like to remind you at this moment that the regressive left seems to regard anyone who disagrees with them, no matter how slight, as Nazis. You disagree that there are bad tactics? You're a Nazi. PewDiePie was declared a Nazi by the media, for fuck's sake. The word Nazi now means anyone who disagrees with my particular brand of politics. So the title to these videos is more appropriately, "Should I be able to bash dissenters?" Interestingly enough, the answer to that for a lot of regressive leftists is yes. Our answer to, "Is it okay to punch a commie?" was an emphatic no. So a YouTube hero flagged our video for some unspecified reason, then a YouTube employee upheld the flag, saying we violated their spam policy. Then a day and a half later, after a review, YouTube realized that we didn't violate their spam policy. So, to reiterate, a YouTube hero flags our video, a YouTube employee upholds the flag, and essentially reduces the functionality of our channel to 0, since we're a live streaming channel, for absolutely no good reason. I asked if this was malicious on the part of the YouTube employee, or if it was incompetence. No answer. I asked if there was some sort of behavior that we engaged in that made us look like spam and triggered this entire process. I was told to read their terms of service and guess what we might have done wrong. So basically, we're flying blind. Either we did something that looked very similar to spam and could get our live streaming privileges revoked at a drop of a hat, but we just have to guess at what, or there is incompetent or possibly malicious YouTube employees upholding spurious flags by YouTube heroes. And the funny thing is, when we got this community strike for spam, we were uploading reduced shows separate from the live streams to deal with the persistent unsub issue. YouTube has an algorithm that unsubs people for channels for reasons only known to YouTube. It's currently heavily penalizing us for both the frequency and the length of our shows. And since many of our listeners complain about the technical difficulties and general fluff in our live streams, we figured we could kill two birds with one stone by taking our live streams unlisted and uploading a shortened version with a link to the long version. Reduce the sub loss, improve the quality. Win-win, right? Our short-term plan is to continue to turn all of our live streams into abridged versions with link to the extended versions, the end screens in the low bar, and a card at the beginning. You can also find all of our raw live streams on our Libsyn feed. Link to a page that links you to all the various places you can follow us here. Soon you should be able to download an Android app, and you can always find us on the Stitcher app or on iTunes. I know it's frustrating being forced to move to a different platform, but we've already seen an improvement in our sub loss by focusing on making shorter content. And, when YouTube decides to pull our channel entirely, you'll still be able to listen to us. Our midterm plan is to create our own website hub, gathering together all our raw live streams, abridged bites, videos, comics, blog posts, and giving you a little more functionality when it comes to searching our content and creating personalized playlists. We also have a long-term plan as well, and I'll get to that in a bit. Any platform that seeks to monetize will be beholden to the companies that pay their bill, and advertisers are notoriously adverse to controversy. Social justice warriors don't just peddle their narrative, they arrange it so that questioning it becomes controversial. I actually don't think our content on this channel is genuinely controversial. It's just seen as controversial. But because it doesn't have the social justice stamp of approval, it is branded controversial. Eventually, any platform, Minds, Vid, or anything else that replaces YouTube that wants to become self-sustaining through advertising revenue will have to ask and answer the social justice question. Can we allow controversial content, controversial as defined by the loudest, most self-righteous voice in the room? And the answer will invariably be no. A while back, when I was trying to drum up support for the Badger Cave, and someone asked me why we needed a physical location, I explained that the only hope we would ever have of having decent internet for our own server would be a business location in the downtown. The commentator said, what do you need a server for? When YouTube will serve up your content for free. There are no free lunches. There is always a catch. Whether it's throttling our subscriber growth or randomly castrating our channel or simply doing away with corporate media's competition on the platform, getting rid of the deplorables, YouTube's bill for its services will inevitably come due. Social justice warriors will force YouTube to chase us away, and wherever we go, they will be at our heels following us from platform to platform. When they've chased us away from all those other platforms, they are welcome to chase us all the way back to the Badger Cave. But the outcome of that won't be in their favor. So, if you want to support our initiative to eventually be autonomous, you can go here to become a patron. Be sure to set the amount you want to donate monthly as your per episode amount and the amount of times you want to support us to 1, to make sure that you get all the perks you're entitled to and that you are not overcharged. And if you want another option to support us, you can take your chances with this page. We're working on a beta site for Honey Badger Radio fundraising. Let me walk you through it. Go here to support us with a one-time donation. Go here to support us with a subscription. Go here if you'd like to give us a PayPal donation anonymously. And there are a few other ways to support down here. If you don't have money to support, don't tell me in the comments below. Go sign up for our mailing list here. About here is where I usually ask if you like the content and think we can make a difference. To think about the answer to the question of why you're not currently supporting us. But instead, I'm going to answer some questions that other people posed to me. Sue Wren Mouse writes, Dear Honey Badger Radio, first of all, you guys rock. I listen in on your live streams as often as I can catch them. I have a question about one of the videos Allison made recently about fucking YouTube. Allison, you say that I shouldn't support you if I only want to hear more of what I like hearing because you don't cater to people. You stand for free speech and disagreement. Now, I don't actually have a job right now, so I'm limited in my ability to support you guys monetarily. My question is it wrong to support you simply because I already like what you have to say? For example, I wouldn't donate my money to charity for the sake of having them only support my beliefs. I would donate if I felt like they stood for a good cause and I wanted to see them succeed. I don't spend much time in the news and I rarely keep up with the political climate, but you guys help me feel just a little bit more informed as well as giving me examples of how to pick apart what someone is saying. In other words, you're teaching me how to correctly disagree with lies when I spot them. This is also why I listen to Teal Deer. My second question is, are there any ways I could support you guys without money? I love what you guys stand for, and as a man, I greatly appreciate it. Stay strong, stay true, stay badgery. Forever and always, Sue Wren. P.S. No one ever gets my name right. It's pronounced Sue Wren, but some of my friends jokingly called me Susie. Okay, Susie, you don't have to donate to us only if you disagree with us. You can also donate to us if you agree with us. I'll make an exception just for you, but no one else. The rest of you can only become our patron if you disagree with us. At the moment, I'm still working on Honey Badger Radio's current systems and volunteers. In the future, we will have a need for archivists, people willing to fill out and clean up our now extensive archive. If anyone's interested, please drop us a line at topic@badgerpod.com. That's topic@badgerpod.com. Benjamin Lapine writes, don't you guys kind of make the case for not supporting you? You're here pretty much entirely for entertainment. Society, biology, business, tradition, everything in human nature is stacked against you. You're probably not going to shift it. You only have the hope of comforting others who already agree with you. That's a great thing, but I don't think you'll ever be able to do more. I've said in the past, if you think we can make a difference, why don't you support us in making that difference? But Benjamin got me thinking. Even if you don't think we can make a difference, if you just want to support us because we are a comfort to you, then that's a fine motivation too. We don't have to be anything more than a comfort to you. You have the right. Masked Dog writes, I think your audience is too small to make the money you need from this. People like Sargon don't have these problems because they attract a lot more viewers. Honestly, a lot of what I see in this channel feels too esoteric to attract new people, and there's the frequent technical problems in the streams. As for me, I'm not invested enough in this channel to donate money, I think. I usually don't donate to anything. I don't even have a credit card or a debit card, and I've never used online payment stuff. I don't really have some grand cause or personal stake in this channel. This is more like another comfy podcast that I have on my list to pass the time. 20 years ago, I took first aid. One of the first lessons I learned in first aid is that if you see someone in distress, don't start first aid unless you're ready to maintain it until someone else can take over or the person doesn't need it anymore. Whenever I think about creating something for people that people will come to rely on for their emotional well-being, their comfort, or even their entertainment, I think about what I was taught in first aid. Hell, even when I wrote fan fiction, I never put it out without having finished it first, because I knew what it felt like to find something you love to read, and you wait eagerly for every update. But then one day the update doesn't come. You check back the next day, still no update, the next, and eventually you realize the thing you love has been abandoned by its creator. I know that disappointment. Even when it's just entertainment, losing something you love hurts. Even if it's just a comfy little podcast. If I'm going to offer help to anyone, I have to be ready to maintain it till that help isn't needed anymore or someone else is able to take my place. I will never offer help that I can't sustain, because if you can't sustain the help until it's no longer needed, you are not helping. Even worse than not helping, you might be making things worse by turning yourself into another casualty. Again, I think your audience is too small to make the money you need from this. People like Sargon don't have these problems because they attract a lot more viewers. You're absolutely right. We don't have the reach that Sargon has, not by a long shot. I'm not a YouTube personality. I'm a systems person. I analyze complex things down to simple rules and figure out how to rebuild them from there. I don't have a radio voice or a video voice or video face. Yes, I know I look like a female Sam Kinison and that my voice is annoying. I'm also aware that I'm not particularly good at speaking off the cuff. I never thought I'd be putting myself out on the stage. In fact, sales is the only way I've ever felt comfortable being on the stage, so to speak. Things just sort of fell out that way. I create systems. I analyze systems. I build teams. What you see on this YouTube channel is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what Honey Badger Radio is. Maybe one day I'll walk you through the full anatomy. I'm a builder. I'm not a face. I'm not someone who's going to sit around only making YouTube videos criticizing feminism or expressing anger or identifying the problem over and over and over. That's not to say a big YouTube channel is bad. I would love to be terrified at the prospect of having 500,000 eyeballs watching me. But I suspect if you're capable of gaining that large a following, what you're saying isn't seen as particularly controversial. And I'm not going to be suckered into thinking that a big YouTube channel is going to do anything in the grand scheme of things. Certainly not when it can be taken away at any moment. But a little company that goes the distance just might. That's why I push to get the Badger Cave, because the one thing it needs to do is make sure Honey Badger Radio never disappears. I didn't build our business plan around YouTube. YouTube is just one step on our path, and certainly not the last. I aim to build a business, not monetize a hobby, an actual business with a service to sell. I may make mistakes or stupid choices, but I do so always with an eye with what will keep us with you for as long as possible. Regardless of whatever platform it's on, I will work to make it last for as long as it takes. I know people rely on Honey Badger Radio, whether for hope or comfort or entertainment. You rely on us to be here. I will make sure that we are. But it helps if you meet me halfway. If you can scrape together $5 a month and get into our Discord, I can promise you that we will be able to pick you up and carry you wherever our next step takes us. If you absolutely can't do that yet, then send an email to topic@badgerpod.com and put in the subject, I want to go wherever the badger goes. The social justice warriors can take over your hobbies, lie about your interests, call you a Nazi. They can chase you from platform to platform, from community to community, from hobby to hobby, from meme to meme. But good luck to them if they chase you into the Badger Cave. Welcome to the after show. A bit of a personal update. As a result of the new draconian laws regarding drone pilots in Canada, my husband Jonathan went to get his aviation physical, and we found out that he'd suffered a mild heart attack. I might be a bit scarce for a week or so as we deal with the fallout from this bit of news. I'm also working on a new series for the channel in line with our transition to shorter, more concise content. It will cover a lot of the ideas I've been exploring in the unnamed room, except in a bite-sized, digestible way, or at least as digestible as I can make it, since I'm pretty esoteric. And I want to give a shout out to Adrian J. and Eric B. for sending in some YouTube flush videos. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I received word from one of our listeners that when they auto-ran a playlist without being at the keyboard, YouTube ended up suspending their account for suspicious activity. I think it's best we not go ahead with my idea for the time being. I've remonetized Honey Badger videos, or whatever videos YouTube hasn't demonetized, and I'm going to think really carefully about our next step in this endeavor. I'd also like to thank whoever sent me this shirt. Dungeon Master. I guess that's a reference to the Badger Cave. Anyway, thank you, anonymous shirt donor. And I'd like to leave off by reading a letter I received from Florida Catfish. Aloha, Allison. I hope this letter finds you in the best of health and in the best of spirits. I have been extremely depressed, but I wanted to tell you how much my spirit is lifted each and every single time you read my postcards out loud during your YouTube videos. Just a little bit of a reminder to you. If there's ever anyone who tells you that they want you to leave our clubhouse, then I would make every effort to build you a new clubhouse that would be fully owned and operated. As for me, your VIP card has no expiration date. I'm working hard so that one day I'll be able to give you more of a donation that will sponsor activities you may have in mind. I am so close to the finish line. I'm sort of left wondering if I'm experiencing the same level of anxiety you may have endured when you purchased the Badger Cave. There's not much else going on in my head or in my neck of the woods, so I shall close for now. Hope your 2017 is going super. My thoughts and prayers are with you and all the Badgers. Florida Catfish. Thank you, Florida Catfish. If you're wondering what he's referring to, he's offered to will us a house in Florida's Cape Coral. I just wanted to say that's an astounding offer, Mr. Catfish. If you want to write to us, you can do so at Badger Cave, care of Allison Tiemann, 113 First Avenue West, Kelvington, Saskatchewan, Canada, SOA 1WO. I look forward to hearing from you.